So you see, I told you I was new to all of this, and that also obviously includes filming with my camera. So I'm sorry I stopped it in midstream. So if you're still with me, I'm picking up from where I was. So as I was saying, last year, maybe mid to late of the year, I started getting interested in learning more about homesteading and growing your own food, you know, and organic and all that. And so first thing I kind of read up on was composting. I said, well, this can't be that difficult. I mean, I can do this. And so we did have a composting barrel on the property, so I started using it. It had stuff in there from years ago. It was obvious hadn't been used in God knows how long, but Mom's garden always rocks, so you know, she wasn't hurting her not using it. But I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try this out. So here is basically about, I don't know, 8 months maybe probably less of our composting, you know, and we put all kind of stuff in here, coffee grounds and eggshells and, you know, and pine straw and, you know, all the stuff you're supposed to put in a compost. And I've stirred it and mixed it and babied it and loved on it. And so I think it looks pretty good. Now you can see it's not completely broke down. There's still stuff not decomposed in here. So, you know, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. And for those who do this for a regular basis, you might want to warn me if I'm doing something horribly wrong. But you never know. This is my first time out, right? It's my first rodeo. So we're going to see how that works. Next year, though, it's going to be beautiful for next year. So that's my compost pile. And I've already laid some of that out, if you can see a little bit. I haven't stirred it in yet. I'm going to stir it in real good here in just a little bit once I start to lay out the potatoes. And so just to give you an idea of what I plan on doing, I'm just going to grab a couple of these little guys. And what I heard is you always put the eye sprout up, and you put them about, every 6 to 8 inches away. And so that's what that's going to look like. Here's a little bit when I get them all laid out. And then I'll cover them back up again and water them, sprinkle them down a little bit. I hear potatoes don't take a huge amount of water. You can get them to rot that way, I heard. So I'll be trying to pay attention to that. And it rains a lot here. We're in Florida, so it rains a lot here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But I know my grandmother. I remember my grandmother years ago planting potatoes. I used to go out there and help her pull up the bushes and find the little hidden gems. To me, it was kind of like Easter egg hunting, you know. And we never had a problem with potatoes. So I'm assuming I won't. So let us pray. So that's what that is. And when I get them all laid out and stuff, I'll show you again, and then I'll cover them up. And that should probably be about it for this first episode. All right, I'll be back shortly. So I'm back, and here I've laid out all the ones that I have so far. I haven't laid out the cuttings yet. They're still in the house. You can see I got all the little sprouts, the eye sprouts up. And then I've gone ahead and kind of tilled it in there and loaded it, mounted it back up again. So I'm just going to finish these guys off for today, and then maybe tomorrow or Sunday or sometime